Welcome to this 20-minute morning practice. We'll begin in a reclined butterfly, soles of the feet together, knees apart. Softening your gaze or allowing the eyes to close. Notice the breath. Maybe bringing one hand to the belly, one to the chest. And notice the gentle rise and fall of the belly and the chest with each inhale and each exhale. Taking a moment to notice how you're feeling on the mat today. Maybe setting an intention for today's practice. Extending legs out on the mat. On an exhale, drawing right leg in towards the body, interlacing fingers behind the thigh, and pointing and flexing that right foot. Stretching out the ankle, the calf. Maybe rolling the ankle in one direction, rolling it in the opposite direction. On an exhale, right knee bends towards that armpit, sole of the foot to the sky. In a half happy baby, maybe left hand to the top of the hip or the quad to encourage the hips to ground here. Breathing into the stretch. And coming into a twist, right knee towards the left side of the mat. Maybe looking over that right arm, or if that's too much for the neck this morning, looking in the same direction as that bent knee. Inhale back through center, extending the right leg, and switching sides, left leg to the sky, pointing and flexing that foot, shoulders towards the mat. Maybe rolling the ankle in one direction. And rolling the ankle in the opposite direction. Drawing that left knee in towards the armpit. Sole of the foot to the sky. Coming into that half happy baby. Maybe using that right hand to encourage a gentle weight into that right side of the body. Breathing into any tightness. And coming to find your twist as you draw that leg across the body. Either gazing in the opposite direction or the same direction, depending on how the neck is feeling. As you're ready, coming back through center, drawing both knees into the chest, core engaged as you exhale, drawing the forehead up towards those knees. Creating a small ball here. And release. Hands behind the thighs and begin to rock forwards and back, rolling across the length of the spine, massaging out the spine here. The next time you roll up, coming to find a seated position. Hands to the knees, stacking the spine, and exhale left ear to the left shoulder, stretching through the side of the neck. And then gently tracing chin across the chest to the center of the chest. Inhale to stack the spine. And exhale right ear to right shoulder. Opening up through the side of the neck. Gently tracing chin across the chest back to center. Inhale, stacking the spine. Exhaling left ear to the left shoulder. And coming into some full neck circles here. Moving at your own pace, maybe circling in the opposite direction here. As you come back through center, making your way onto all fours, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips, untucking the toes. Inhale, belly to the mat, open the chest, and exhale, rounding through the spine. Alternating with the pace of your own breath. Inhale back to a neutral spine, extending right leg out long on the mat, toes pointed forwards. Imagine opening those hips back as you inhale, belly to the mat, and exhale, round, tucking tailbone. Notice how this changes sensation with the leg extended. Continue moving through cat and cow, pressing firmly into the palms and both feet. Coming back to a neutral spine, inhale, right arm to the sky. Exhale, thread that arm through, opening up through the shoulder. Maybe bringing left arm forward on the mat. Drawing that left hand back by the ear, pressing into the palm as you inhale, right arm all the way back up to the sky. And exhale, releasing the hand down, stepping that right leg in. Left leg coming out to the side, toes pointed forwards. And once again, inhale, exhale, round. Moving through those cat and cows. Notice how this changes sensation. Inhale to flat back. And reaching left arm to the sky. Exhale, thread the arm through, gently resting on the side of the cheek. Maybe right arm coming forwards. Breathing into the stretch. Drawing that right hand back in by the ear, pressing into the palm as you inhale, left arm back to the sky. And exhale, hand down, stepping left foot in, all fours. Walking those hands forwards, shifting the weight forwards, and exhale, lower down, hugging elbows into your sides, forehead to the mat. Drawing those shoulders together behind the back, hands to the side of the ribs, and pressing up to cobra. Breathing into the front body. Feeling strong. And exhale, lowering all the way down, forehead to the mat. Tucking toes under, pressing hips towards the heels, and then up into a downward facing dog. Maybe pedaling out the feet. On an inhale, right leg to the sky. Bending the knees, stacking the hips as you open up here, maybe looking through that left armpit to find the foot. And exhale, stepping foot to the top of the mat, planting left hand as you inhale, circling that right arm all the way up and back. Windmilling that arm a few times here, warming up through the shoulder, finding some mobility. And releasing hand to the inside of the right foot, stepping back foot in, extending left arm to the sky, firmly pressing through the feet as you find your warrior two. Gazing past those front fingertips, hugging all the fingers together. Tracking that right knee open past the second toe. Lowering hands to the hips, stepping back foot in so both feet firmly planted on the mat. Long, straight legs. And exhale as you fold forward. Releasing hands to either side of the foot or the leg. Forehead towards that front knee. Breathing into any tightness. Actively pressing through those feet to try to draw the hips up. Folding forward. On an inhale, looking to the top of the mat, slightly walking hands forward. And making your way back to downward facing dog. Firmly pressing into the palms, heels towards the mat. Inhale, left leg to the sky, bending the knee, opening the hip, maybe looking through the armpit to find the foot. And exhale, stepping to the top of the mat, planting right hand. Inhale, left arm up, and I'm sweeping it all the way back and around. Opening up through that shoulder. actively drawing that shoulder blade onto the back as you reach that arm up. Hand coming to the inside of the foot, right arm to the sky, planting that back foot, pressing through the feet up to warrior two. Breathing here, shoulders relax down the back body. Hands to the hips, stepping that back foot in, squaring hips to the top of the mat, feet on two opposite planes. Taking a breath. And as you exhale, hinging forward from the hips, rounding down, pyramid pose. Breathing into any tightness as you actively press through both feet, opening those hips back behind you. Looking to the top of your mat as you inhale, walking hands forward and stepping forward into a forward fold. If you'd like, grabbing hold of opposite elbows, maybe taking a gentle rock side to side. Releasing those arms, rolling the spine up, head and neck coming up last. Rolling your shoulders up, back and down a few times here. Stacking the spine, bringing the weight into your left leg, right foot coming to the inner ankle, calf, or thigh to find your tree pose. Balancing on the left leg. Pressing that right foot into the leg, leg into the foot. Core engaged, long through the spine. Taking a full breath in. And a full exhale as you sink down into a chair, crossing right leg over the left, arms out wide. And then either hugging yourself here or crossing that right arm over the left. Hands come to face towards each other in eagle pose. Notice if you're dipping the hips to one side or the other. And release, finding mountain pose, maybe shaking it out. Stacking the spine. Rolling shoulders back and down, bringing weight into the right foot this time. And then as you're ready, left foot to the inner ankle, calf, or thigh. Pressing foot into the leg, leg into the foot, core engaged, growing through the crown of the head. Breathing here, inhaling fully. Exhale completely. Continue stabilizing yourself here as you release left leg, crossing it over the right, sinking down into that squat. Hands reaching out wide, and then this time right arm under the left. If you fall out of it, coming back into the posture. Notice where you're at today. Releasing back to mountain pose, rolling those shoulders up, back and down, stacking the spine. Taking a moment, coming back into the body, the breath, maybe the intention for your practice. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, chest opening. Exhale, hands to the mat, bending the knees as much as you need to step back, toes together, knees apart, sinking hips into a wide leg child's pose, forehead resting on the mat. Bringing awareness to the breath as you observe it, opening through the back and the sides of the body as you inhale, and contracting as you exhale. Walking hands into the body, coming to find a seated position, bending the knees, feet to either side of the mat, hands behind you for support. and windshield wiping those legs side to side, moving as fast or as slow as you'd like, feeling a gentle massage through the hips, the glutes. And then crossing right ankle over the left thigh, maybe staying here, or walking that left foot in and bringing the hips closer to that foot to deepen the stretch. Chest open, flexing that right foot. Releasing left leg long, right foot to the inside of that thigh. Inhale, arms to the sky, and exhale, folding forward, reaching to either side of the leg or the foot. Breathing into that forward fold. Rolling the spine back up, drawing that right knee up to the sky, bending both legs, and this time crossing left ankle over the right thigh. Maybe staying here, or drawing that right foot in, or even walking the hips forward to deepen the stretch. Right leg long on the mat, left foot to the inside of the thigh. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, folding forward. Releasing forehead towards the knee, breathing into the back body. Letting it go. Inhale to roll the spine up, coming to find a comfortable seated position. If you'd like, coming here for your Shavasana to close the practice in a seated meditation, or coming to lay down with the spine long, eyes closed. Notice the breath naturally. Notice how shallow or deep it is. Notice the temperature of the air as you inhale, exhale. Notice what's happening inside the body. Maybe there's a bit of swirling. Maybe there's a sense of stillness, a sense of spaciousness. Observing what's here. Maybe taking a moment to thank yourself for showing up to this practice today, for showing up for yourself. If you'd like, maybe bringing your intention into the rest of the day with you, or sharing it with others in the comments after this practice. As you're ready to close the practice, inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, hands through heart center. Namaste.